book, it's like it's earned rave reviews from like Barack Obama. Even astronauts are raving about it. So we really want to give you a feel for what makes this book tick. We're talking the big ideas, its unique style, and why it's sparked such a global conversation about it. And don't worry, we're steering clear of any major spoilers. So imagine this, all right? It's 1967. China's right in the middle of this thing, the Cultural Revolution. We've got this young astrophysicist, Yu Wenji, and she sees something that's going to change her her whole view of the world. It's this big secret, and it kind of sets the stage for all these like mind-bending things that happen like decades later.
Yeah, it's really interesting how Liu uses this historical backdrop, like not just as, a setting, but like as this crucible where, it shapes how the characters act and what they do. Like Yuiji's experiences during this crazy time, they directly affect how she deals with the whole mystery of the book. There's this mysterious countdown that starts haunting this nanomaterial expert in the present day, Wang Miao.
Oh man, and that countdown, that's just like the tip of the iceberg, right? There's like all this weird stuff happening, scientists getting these strange warnings, and some are even like driven to suicide. Talk about high stakes,
Yeah.
right? And to try to figure it all out, Wang Miao, he he gets pulled into this virtual reality game. It's called the three-body problem, too. And this is where things get really, really interesting.
Yeah, it's not just some game, it's like a portal into the heart of the book's big scientific idea, that three-body problem thing. It's this puzzle in physics about trying to predict how three celestial bodies will move, when they're like all pulled by each other's gravity. And it turns out it's really hard to solve. Like it creates these chaotic, unpredictable results.
So we've got this mix of suspense, history, and like really complex science, and it's all wrapped up in this virtual reality game. No wonder people are like totally hooked on this book. And you know what I think is so clever? It's how Liu takes this puzzle, this three-body problem, and he uses it as like a metaphor for like how complex human relationships are, or even like political maneuvering, like even the survival of whole civilizations.
Totally. And that's what makes the three-body problem more than just, your typical sci-fi thriller. It's how it grapples with these like really huge philosophical questions. Like take the unpredictable nature of the three-body problem, right?
Yeah.
It becomes this powerful analogy for like all the uncertainty around, us making contact with aliens.
Right, like imagine first contact. It's like something we've dreamed about for centuries. But what if instead of this like happy celebration, it turns into this problem we can't even begin to understand? Like what if it just throws our whole existence into chaos?
Exactly. And Lou isn't afraid to like explore those uncomfortable possibilities. He makes us think about like the potential downsides of our own curiosity
Yeah.
and the kind of arrogance of thinking we're like ready for something as huge as meeting another intelligent species.
Mhm. It's that willingness to dive into the unknown, to like wrestle with these really big questions. That's what makes the three-body problem so captivating, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's why it resonates with so many people. Remember that quote from Obama when he said reading it made his day-to-day problems with Congress seem fairly petty? That's the power of Lou's writing. It can like totally shift your perspective.
It's funny you should mention that quote because I had a similar thought while I was reading it. There's this one scene where Wang Mao, he's like really grappling with what he's discovered, and he's looking up at the night sky, and he just feels so insignificant. It reminded me of those times when you like really think about the grand scheme of things, and your own problems just seem to like melt away.
It's that feeling of awe,
Yeah.
right? That humbling realization of our place in the universe.
Mm.
And Lou captures it so well, and he does it all while telling this like really exciting thriller. It's a rare combination.
It's like he drops you right into this huge conversation
Mhm.
about like where we fit in all of this in the cosmos. And speaking of like stepping into new realms, I heard there's a movie coming out.
Yeah, there is. It's supposed to be the first big budget Chinese sci-fi film. And there's a lot of buzz about how they'll bring those crazy ideas to life on screen.
It's going to be wild to see how they translate that feeling you get, like that cosmic dread, the awe, into something you can actually see.
Right. And for anyone who wants to experience it all firsthand, I'd say dive into the book. It really stays with you, even after you finish it. Makes you look at the world differently. Maybe even the night sky.
It really does leave you with this sense of wonder. If you could ask Cixin Liu like one question about the three-body problem, what would it be?
That's a good one. I think I'd ask him about the ending. I don't want to spoil anything for our listeners, but let's just say it kind of leaves you with some answers. But
Yeah.
then, like, a whole bunch of new questions, too. I'm curious what he imagined was going on beyond those last pages.
I like that. It's like, the conversation keeps going, even after you close the book. So if you're up for a mind-bending ride, something that'll challenge how you think about things and leave you thinking about, like, the hugeness of space and everything, the three-body problem is waiting for you.
Mm.
We've only just scratched the surface here today, but hopefully we've made you curious to find out more. Let us know what you thought, especially if you've read it. Until next time, keep exploring.